Welcome back! When an assessment has been conducted, there is often a lot of time pressure on grading and publishing the results. However, an important step to take before communicating grades to students is to analyze students' performance on the different tasks or questions. This will provide you as a teacher with invaluable information. On which aspects did students perform well and where did they fail? If good students fail on certain questions, what does this say about the question? Or about your teaching? You may need to decide on how to fix certain errors or unexpected situations and think about how this impacts students' grades. In this video, we will discuss briefly why assessment analysis is important and how to approach it. A more detailed step-by-step instruction can be found in the reading following this video. Assessment results can have far-reaching consequences. Because of this, it's important that the exam is of high quality. More specifically, we want exams to be valid. Did the exam really test what it was supposed to test and at the right level? And reliable. Are the results an accurate measure of students' ability? Are they meaningful and fair? In the module on assessment construction, we learned how to apply the quality criteria that contribute to validity, reliability and transparency when developing an exam. Now, we want to analyze an exam and students' performance on it to look at indications that the exam was indeed reliable, valid and transparent. Performing an exam analysis may help you to prevent scoring errors or unfair grading and help you to ensure that the test results are as reliable as possible. For example, you may discover an error in the answer key to a multiple choice exam, where you may find that in hindsight, there were 2 correct answers to a certain question instead of 1. In a situation like this, you can take corrective measures before grading. The same goes for exams with open-ended questions. The answers given by students may provide an indication that the question could be interpreted in a different way. Exam analyses are not only useful because they enable you to take immediate action, they also allow you to review the quality of your assessments and your teaching and use the insights as a basis for future improvement. For example, if questions about a certain course component were answered noticeably poorly, this may indicate that the students did not grasp that component properly. You might want to spend more time teaching that specific component the next time around, or try a different teaching method. Let's move on to the actual analysis. So what are the things to consider when performing an exam or item analysis? What do you look for? The data to look at can be divided into data at exam level and data on item level, and is often referred to as psychometric data. Multiple choice exams provide the richest psychometric data, but for exams with open-ended questions, some analysis is still possible. Of course, the analysis is easiest when you have an exam processing software that compiles the data for you, which saves you a lot of time. How do you start? We asked teachers at Erasmus University Rotterdam how they check the quality of their assessments.
We test for reliability, so basically we check whether all questions are measuring the same underlying construct, knowledge about the course, or at least the aspect of the knowledge that we're trying to assess with that specific assessment. We check for passing rates for the course as a whole and also for each individual item. Based on the number of students that pass an individual item, we also count the number of easy questions, medium questions, hard questions, and we want to make sure that there's a nice distribution on that as well.
When it comes to open-ended questions, we try to, after grading, putting all the scores students had on different questions in the computer separately, so I can view the average score per question.
So to add a meta view, we need to look at many different indicators. There are different ones you can choose, but then just be conscious of which one you're choosing and also conscious of the disadvantages or what that indicator doesn't say. Because we're never going to have a beautiful picture to say, okay, here's perfect. And then we need to make an informed choice of which indicators we choose to use.
The statistics help in understanding whether the question was clear to students, or if the reliability score is high. But most of the times the statistics do not push us to do something drastic like dropping a question. Most of the times we drop a multiple choice question when the text of the question has an issue which is raised by students. It's serious.
I hope you found these teacher stories insightful. For a more detailed explanation of the quality indicators and a step-by-step instruction on how to perform a psychometric exam analysis and how to interpret the results, please take a look at the reading following this video. But before you do, I want to give a few warnings. First, looking at psychometric or performance data only provides indications of quality, signaling which elements of an exam require further inspection. When analyzing exams, therefore always look at the actual questions as well as the results. And second, be extremely careful in drawing conclusions and making changes. Always make sure you see the full picture, that you are aware of all the consequences. Good luck!